Welcome home to Eden. This is Eve Christoph, your Love Life Muse. I'm an Ascension Integration coach, and you can connect with me at lovelifewitheve@gmail.com to help you ascend and make it through the portal of your transfiguration that's going on. We're all in it, and everybody's at a different pace and experiencing, though, similar challenges where you're sort of being asked to die in order to be reborn. So along the way, for my own transfigurative process, I experienced Bufo toad medicine with the Bufo Foundation people, and really got to die consciously and spiritually instead of physically. You know, this whole COVID crisis, it's the collective wish of humanity to please, we want to die. We want to die to our old ways, and we want to transfigure into a conscious evolution of ourselves. And when we're sick, like I did have the COVID for a while, I faced my death every day and my death wish. Part of me that wanted to die. So what I want to first talk about in this series of videos about transfiguration and ascension integration and the process we're in together is the misconceptions that I understood about ascension. And as we look at the misconceptions about what ascension is, we can, how did I write this? I wrote this out so I could say it to you. We discover 9 portals, okay? 9 portals to transfigure ourselves so that we can pop into the dimension of our passionate joy and our alternate earth magic. Okay, said it. So those 9 dimensions are misunderstandings and then true understandings. And when you have these true understandings of what ascension probably is, of course I don't want to pretend to be definite about this at all, because it's such a mystical experience, and it's so huge and unknown, the whole thing. But some things can really help you, I think, help me. So the first one let's talk about is up, not down. Here's a misconception about ascension, that it's going to be up to a high dimension up there, not down here, down low. And when you look at people who are oppressed, you know, who are really under the pressure of racism, sexism, they're often, their spirituality will be, you know, shown in their songs about just want to take that chariot and get away. Someday I'll die and I'll be free, and it'll be up there to angels and some other place, not down. It reminds me of the mechanic's wife who I met recently, who I was like, she was filling up all of these oil tanks and gas tanks for me. She is at this service station that her husband owns, and she was just like, okay, this is my life. I'm like, wow, you're running a service station. How do you feel about that? She's like, I hate it. It's my husband's dream, and I'm just having to do it because he put me here. I'm like, well, what about your dream? Well, what about your freedom, like in the matter? She's like, you know, Eve, I'm waiting to die. My husband is way too opinionated to ever let me do what I want, and so I just think every day about my death and how great it'll be. Oh my God, so tragic, right? She's not taking charge of her life. She's letting somebody else run her life for her, and she's just waiting to die. But a lot of people are in that state of being where they don't feel like they actually have any choice or freedoms, options, and the idea is they're going to go up, not down. But when you look at, when you start to have your transfiguration, when you start to ascend, you're not actually going up. You're actually going simultaneously all directions, external, and simultaneously all directions internal, within. Like the torus that goes, it's so fun. I've been meditating the last couple of days on the torus of energy that swirls through our cells, through the earth itself, like a donut, of the energy going up like this and simultaneously inwards like this. So Up, not down is a way of thinking of trying to push away from something, of get away from something, of a bad thing that you don't want, whereas going both directions at once is more about integration, because both directions at once cycle back into each other, like a figure eight that's always feeding itself, like tantric energy. When you're kissing with somebody and it's really working out and it's really, you're hooking into some huge energy, there's this way in which the energy is going simultaneously, being given and received at the same time by both people. So it's not true that you're going to go up and not down. And the other thing is that for many, many cultures, the earth magic, going down in shamanic journeys, is going into the earth magic of power animals and nature spirits and the reality of being that is this earth. And that's another thing, is that the up, not down is also like away, not here. It's not realizing that this dimension that we're in, this hologram of this beautiful earth, is so wondrous that there are all these other dimensions of it. There are all of these other earth planes and time levels of the same earth. And so when you enter more here, more down in your awareness of ascension, of awakening, you could say, into more of yourself, you start to get into the molecular structure of your own DNA, of your own body, which is its own, which is the earth, which is all the elements. Am I talking to crazy esoteric? Well, one of the things about up, not down, and instead saying yes both, or down, more down, I'm getting down, is that then the feeling of wanting to die, it's different. You wanting to die to your ego, you're wanting to die to your fear, you're wanting to die to your limits, and but you're not wanting to die to get away to this other place up there. You're actually wanting to die to everything in you that keeps you from being fully present here and in this body, and actually going down into, what do we got here? What is this dimension offering us? Like, how much can we feel and be awake to and discover? Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so that's the first portal to awakening your cellular energy to Ascension Integration. Okay, contact me at lovelifewitheve@gmail.com if you would like some support in your Ascension Integration, which can be very rough. We can, since we're in such a huge process of transforming ourselves, it can be really rough. You can be like, feel like you're on fire some days. You can feel like you don't want to live. You can feel like you're losing all your friends, you're losing your family. You don't even want to be living in the same place. You thought you knew what you were doing with your life and what your career was, and now you want something totally different. That's how extraordinary your ascension process is. It seriously is a death rebirth into a completely different way of experiencing the very same life you're in.